Today I'd like to talk to you about playing whites against the Caro-Kann defence. Caro-Kann's a solid creature, and it's hard to demonstrate any advantage against it in any sort of position, but you'll know the drill by now. We're going to play takes and c4, and again we're going to open up the game, make it nice and pick a fight, isolate a queen pawn if we will. And so knight f6, knight f3, e6, knight f3, and now bishop e7 takes, bishop d3, knight c6 is a very sensible way of continuing, so you should know how to play these sorts of positions. Bishop b4 is a better idea for black, I think, and bishop d3 takes and takes, very similar sort of positions that we've looked at before. Or you can play after bishop to b4, takes and takes, queen c2, knight c6, and now after bishop to a5, because black's threatening to take on d4 and play knight to b4, well, we want to keep the bishop pair, so we'll play a3, and this is a little gambit. Knight takes c3, bishop takes, b takes c3, knight takes d4, takes, bishop b5 check, and castles, threatening to take the queen. Now c4, bishop takes d7 check, king takes d7, and now we've given up a pawn here for white, but the black king is going to be a bit of a target practice for the rest of the game. Queen b2 here, not so interested in the g pawn, but in creating some more opportunities to harass the king. And now a4 is an odd move, where we're hoping to move the pieces to the long diagonal from a3 to f8. f6, hoping to create a bolt hole for the king, check, king can't go that way, and now c5, determined to winkle the king out, queen b5 check, bishop to e3. I mean, this is, straightforward stuff for white, easy to understand, and I hope easy to play. Rook to d6, queen to d7, and we'll take the pawn, the pawn now, and now a funny little move, bishop to f4, and after takes c6, and white's got too many threats now for black to sensibly survive. I think black isn't going to get mated. It's not mate by force, but black was going to lose material. So that's the style in which you can play against this bishop b4 idea with a gambit. The other approach in this position, rather than going through a system with e3, is to go through a system with g6. I keep seeing this played by club players, but I'm not sure it's so good. It's difficult, and I expect you can get pressure fairly easily. The moves are a little odd for white, but what we're going to do is we're going to grab the d pawn and make it awkward for black to get it back. We're not going to keep it forever, but we are going to make it awkward. So queen to b3, and obviously if takes on c4 twice, black's going to be forced into a move like e6, which is going to block in the bishop on c8 there. So usually bishop g7 takes, and now we're going to move our bishop out to attack the pawn. Knight to b6, trying to get the pawn back, it makes sense. Knight on g to e2, perhaps going to f4. Bishop to g4 by black, and we'll just take that. So again, black's not in a position to grab the pawn. Bishop to f4, rook on a to d8, so black's on the verge of getting their pawn back. So now we're going to play d6 and make them take back with a pawn. a5, making it awkward for the knight, has to go back to c8, and now castles. And white's got some pressure. It's not huge, but you've got, at the moment, you can hop the knight into d5. Black's pieces don't quite know where they're going just yet, and white has the better of the chances here. There's you've got pressure against these various weak spots in the black position. So this is a fine line for white to play, I think. So that's how to play against the Caro-Kann. I've been rushing through example games in some of the other lines, but I'll just stick these in the notes. And so that's how to play against the Caro-Kann defence with an isolated queen pawn.